might be true. We've passed the golden years. Well, let them say what they want. I'll politely disagree, 'cause it doesn't mean much if you're where you wanna be. So scream if you're out there and think just as bad. Alone in a nightmare, we're not going anywhere.
'cause it seems to me that the more I try, the more I see, the less I understand. And I go for you, and I wish you weren't. So I own to a dream I never had, and I think to myself, it's not so bad.
Happy Sunday, everyone! Welcome back to the Church Sunday. I hope you're doing better than me. Sorry I'm starting late today. Thing is, I once again woke up very late. Actually woke up only minutes away from going live. So, yeah. Hi. Anyway, happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're doing well, as I said. And let's jump right into it, shall we? And also, by the way, good news. Remember that on the last short Sunday I said that I was nearly done with the commission, the sketch for that commission. And well, thing is, good news. I actually am done. I only have to do 1 or 2 fixes on it, which is something that I actually did mention on the last stream. But other than that, the sketch is actually indeed finished and good to go, which means hopefully, actually not just hopefully, it should actually happen today. Hey Torpedo, hello, happy Sunday, thank you for joining. What was I going to say? Right, so it actually means that today I will very likely going to be moving on to the stage of drawing the final line arts with vectors and QuadroDraw, which is a really boring process, but it does offer incredible results. So let me pick here the latest black and white sketch because I need it to not have colors. And let's bring it over to the workshop and work on it. Let me remove this here from here first so I have room to work with. There we go. Now let's go ahead and save this. There. Okay, so the thing that I have to fix on this is not exactly a fix, but it is something necessary. I don't know if you remember, but on the last short Sunday, I was talking about these spikes on her tail. I said that I wasn't sure if they actually do go all the way to the tip of the tail or if they end here, and also if they are supposed to be the same size or if they should be smaller as they approach the end of her tail. And I was confused about that because these references here, actually only these two here, because these are the only ones where her tail is fully visible. Anyway, because of these two references here, they seem to diverge in that regard. Like this one here, you can see the spikes seem to end a little early on the tail, but I did talk about this and I'll talk about it again in a moment. Whereas on this one, they do seem to go all the way to the end. Oh well, nearly almost all the way. There's still a little gap here that has no spikes. And they also do become smaller as they approach the end of her tail. Now, as for this here, I also did mention that I wasn't sure if the spikes seem to end a little early, because they actually do, or if it is because her tail is curved. You know, it's twisted here as it curves around, and therefore we are dealing with a little bit of perspective here. And what's going on is that the spikes are actually going behind the tail and out of our view, which is why it looks like they might end a little early. So I cleared out these doubts with Pianist Dragon, who is the owner of this character, and turns out my first assumption, well, actually it was my second assumption, I think. Regardless, turns out one of my assumptions was correct, and this here is what is actually going on. The spikes do go almost all the way, and they do become smaller. Unlike on this one here, which means also I was right about the whole shebang about the tail being curved around and the spikes going out of sight. Point is, I have to draw a few more spikes on her tail here, and I have to make these existing ones smaller. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I will do these adjustments to the spikes, and then, unless I figure out something else to do here, we should be good to go to move on to Quarter Draw. So let's pick the pencil. Let's pick the red color. And let's make these things smaller. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Let's grab pink and the curve tool. I'm gonna make a guideline, just to maybe, hopefully, make things a little easier on me. Though I don't really think this is actually necessary. The idea with this guy, yeah, this is going to be pointless. But the idea was to have the guideline define where the very tip of each spike should be. In any case, I think I'm going to start by... I will actually make them smaller first. Let me take a look at the reference again. They do change in size, but they don't seem to do it very much. Yeah, actually, on this reference at least, they barely become smaller. But in any case, let's translate that into my sketch. There. You know what, I'm going to use a more zoom here. Oh, I don't think I curved this properly. Hang on, I'm gonna have to do this again. No, that's too small, too much smaller than the one over there. It cannot be that smaller. Not here, not yet. Okay, I think that might work. Let's now do this one. Okay, that seems alright. I will only know for sure if what I'm doing now is actually a keeper once I clean up the lines, you know, erase the original spikes here. Okay, I think this here is too small. Okay, I think that is fine. Let's go for this last one. And from here on, we're going to be making brand new ones. These should look much better in Quarter Draw, when I draw the final line arts. Okay, now we draw new ones. I not only have to get their heights correct, but also the distance between them. It must appear to be even. There might be too big of a gap over here. Let's draw this one again. A lot of the glides are very tough to make. You get used to it, Riptane. You get used to it. Though I'm gonna be honest with you, that game actually plays a little better with a controller. It plays fine on keyboard and mouse, but it plays a little better with a controller. Then again, to be frank, that's how the game was originally designed. After all, you have to remember, Reignited Trilogy is actually a remake, well, remake slash remaster of the original 3 Spyro games for the PlayStation. I suppose, technically speaking, we can say Reignited Trilogy is actually a remake through and through. I could be wrong with this, but from what I hear, Reignited Trilogy was actually made from scratch because there was no source material from the original games. No original code and no nothing. They had to recreate everything. Because all of the original stuff got lost, or at least most of it got lost. Okay, I think one more spike should do. There. Let's save, because as I always say, you can never save enough. Always remember to frequently save your progress, guys, whatever you're doing. Now let's erase the original spikes and then turn these red lines into black. And that's then when I'm gonna be able to see if what I have done here is a keeper or not. Excuse me. There's a hair in my coffee. At least it's my own hair. Okay, let's make this eraser bigger and turn those reds into blacks. God, I love the eraser trick. So handy. Okay, let's take a look at her tail. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I am keeping this change as it is. I don't think it needs anything else. Now, speaking of needing anything else, let me have a look around this sketch to see if there is anything that I will have to change or fix before we prepare this to be sent over to Quarter. Her face seems to be fine. Her smile seems to be fine. It's definitely way better than the original face head that I drew on the earlier sketches because, my god, look at this thing. That is horrible. This is what we call improvement. Anyway. Yeah, she seems to be fine. Her paws seem to be fine. Her tail is definitely fine. If anything, maybe could make it a little longer, but nah, the length is fine. The length is fine. Her wings, I think I have improved them as much as I can. Yeah, they seem to be alright also. I'm not sure, however, if this line should actually be going all the way here. Should it? Let me erase a bit of it just to try. The other map reminds me of MGS. MGS is that Metal Gear Solid, I think? I never played Metal Gear. The most I ever did was play as Metal Gear on Smash Brothers, but I don't think that counts. Okay, yeah, no, that's... wait. Yeah, no, that line is actually supposed to go all the way there. So let's keep it. Yeah, I think everything is fine. I don't think anything else needs any changing. Very good, let's save then. Send this last version of the sketch to the progress sheet, and then let's prepare this sketch to be sent over to CorelDRAW. So let's paste this over here, save. Let's date, and then prepare everything to work on CorelDRAW. July 16th, 2023, Sunday. That's a very ugly Y. There we go, that's better. Okay, so hopefully now I'm not gonna have to add any new sketches to this progress sheet, which means I can finally reduce the size of its canvas. There we go, save, and hopefully this should be the final save of this. So let's close that. And let's open Background Workshop. Yeah, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna use this to send over to CorelDRAW. Let's begin first by changing all of those colors. Not all of those colors. These black lines. That's a small eraser. It's too small. It's going to take a while. Well, not really, but it is going to take a while for me to cover everything. I'm going to show you two things that can be done here. A little trick. Actually, three ways to do something like this. So this is the maximum size of the eraser on this version of Microsoft Paint. You can change the colors of these lines by going one element by element like this here, you know, and this doesn't take much time, but it takes a little bit of time. So that's one way for you to do this. The second way for you to change the colors like this a little more quickly would actually to be selecting everything, copying. On color number 2, the secondary color, you set that to the color you want these lines to be. So I want to change the black lines into brown. So we have black on the primary color and brown on the secondary color. So with everything selected, I now delete, and then I add the color black to the secondary color, and then I enable transparency, which is already enabled, and then I paste. And now all the lines are black, are brown. All the black lines are brown. So that's one other way for you to quickly change the colors of some lines. Another way is to select all of this and copy. But another way is if you have an older version of Microsoft Paint, like the version from Windows 2000, for example. And on this one, let's set this canvas like this. Because with this one, you can actually increase the size of the eraser indefinitely, which means with a much larger eraser, you can cover a lot more ground, and therefore you can use the eraser trick on this picture to change the black to brown, in my case here, a lot more quickly, because you'll be able to cover a lot more lines more quickly. I'm just going to show you an example, because I'm actually going to keep what I did just now with the copy, pasting, and stuff. Look at the size of this eraser. For comparison, this here is the biggest eraser you can have on this version of Paint. And this is how big the eraser is so far on the older Paint. Look at that. It's ginormous. Anyway, so how do I pick a secondary color on this version of Paint again? Do I right click? Yes, I right click. Okay, so let's say I want to change the black to red, for example. There, so you can cover a lot more ground with the larger eraser. So this is another way for you to be able to do this. But that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use this version here. BFE 9000. You're right. Big freaking eraser. And it can get even bigger than that, actually. As I said, that older version of Paint, as far as I'm aware anyway, it has no limit to how big you can get the eraser. Right, so now I want this sketch, and I am going to paste it. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah, this is right. Let's paste it here on top of this gray sketch, like that. And let's erase all of the gray lines that might still be visible here from the older sketch that I had here, because that sketch is no longer valid. See, right now it would be nice to have the larger eraser. Okay, I think the only difference is here on the tail for the spikes. Alright. Oh, you know what? I'm actually gonna use the Paint 2000 here. Paint from Windows 2000. And the reason for that is because I actually don't want the color brown. I'm going to change that brown to a light gray, and I'm going to change the black from the Dragonite sketch to a darker gray. I don't necessarily have to make any of these changes, but it will make things easier for me once we are working with with this sketch on CorelDRAW. You guys think this size for the eraser is big enough? I think it's big enough. A little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit more. You think it's big enough now? Okay, that's enough. Let me sample fit. Oops. Oh, that's the eraser. Anyway, let me sample this shade of brown for the primary. And let's pick light gray for the secondary color. And let's change all of the brown to light gray. And because this eraser is so ginormous, I think that must have covered everything. Let me check. Yep, it did. Very good. Okay, so now let's switch the primary to black and pick dark gray for the secondary. And let's change the sketch of the character. And voila! Now let's select all of this and paste it over here. And I'm going to save this with the file name General Sketch for Corel. And that should do it. Now I'm going to put away the pen and open CorelDRAW. And now begins the boring process of drawing final line arts. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. This is what I meant to do. Let's see, general sketch. Okay, now that I have the sketch in place in CorelDRAW and centered, let's make the canvas of Corel the exact same size as the sketch. And here's one way for you to do it. with the picture that you have imported in CorelDRAW selected, you can copy these dimensions here. Obviously, you can also just type them in if you wish, but I like to copy them. Though this is a very standard size, 1920 by 1080. I'm gonna copy anyway. So you copy, unselect, and then you paste the dimension that you copied on the canvas size over here. Oh, your fan has a remote? That is awesome. I wish mine did. That would be great. Okay, now the canvas is the same size as the sketch, but I'm not done. I'm only getting started. You might remember that I always work with guidelines. So let me draw here a little rectangle, and I'm gonna give the exact same dimensions as the canvas and the sketch to this rectangle. There we go. Now let's center this thing, sand it all the way to the back, and that's it. Let's save this file. Let's call it Line Arts Alpha 0. Now you see the picture of the fan. Let's take a look. Oh, it's actually a link. Turbo Silence Extreme. Mijn Einstgedanken. Alle cookies accepteren. I think this is the one to accept the cookies. That's a fancy looking fan. A tall one too. Mine is short. Alright. Now let's pick 2-point line. Let me check if the settings for this are correct. No, this here is wrong. With the meter limit at 5.0, whenever I draw a corner with the 2-point line, I'm gonna get flat ends. Now I want those ends to be very pointy. So let me change this to 0.5. There we go. That should do the trick. And now, as usual, oh wait a second. Grid. No. View enhanced. Oh yes, that's much better. Oh, you can actually do this? I did not know. I did this completely by accident, but I did not know that you can actually drag the canvas around in CorelDRAW by pressing the middle click of the mouse. I thought for that... Wait, didn't I already do that actually? How did I used to... Okay, that's how I always did this. By holding Control and then scrolling around, or Alt and scrolling around. Ah! Well, I accidentally learned something new. Nice. Anyway, as I always do, let's begin with her snout / muzzle. I mean the muzzle, and then I'm gonna do the snout. So let's draw. Let's begin with one line here. Is this going to be too thick for the line art, or should this be a fine thickness? I think 4 pixels might be too thick. Let's drop the size to 3. Maybe 2? No, 2 is going to be too thin. I mean, it should be a fine thickness for the lines themselves, but at that thickness, I am sure that I'm going to have troubles with the pointification of some lines. And if you have no idea what the hell is a pointification, well, number one, that's a made-up term that I came up with, and number two, I'll explain that again some of it later. So now let's do this. And just like that, I have the perfect line. See, this is why I usually always say that although drawing the final line arts with vectors on CorelDRAW is a very time-consuming process and therefore boring, I very much rather use this method for drawing the final line arts than the old method of drawing each and every single line by hand in Photoshop, because, well, that is just frustrating. That process takes a lot of time, about more or less maybe the same amount of time that it takes for you to draw the final line arts with vectors. But the thing is, it is frustrating because in order for you to get the line perfectly, you have to undo and redo it several times over until you finally get the line correct. And then there's the issue of actually coloring the whole thing, because no matter how perfect you draw the line, there's always going to be some imperfections that will affect the coloring. Sometimes colors are not going to cover all the areas within the line that should be covered. Sometimes colors are going to leak outside of the line arts, even if you don't mean to do it. It's just frustrating. With vector lines like this, I don't have any of those problems. The only thing that causes the cost of time is just shaping the lines, and get them be perfect is just easy, so much easier. I'm gonna give you an example. Let me open that old pic that I canceled ages ago and then I started working on it again. That one is being drawn currently. Nostalgia art, I think. Yes, that one is currently being drawn using the old line art method. Give that egg, line arts 1, and I think it is right now close to where I can actually color the line arts. Yeah, I actually think all of these line arts might be done. Are they? Hang on, let me hide this sketch for Spyro here. No, they are not. But I will draw a little bit of this now, just to give you a little example. And then I'm going to show you the vectors equivalent. So all of these lines, I have drawn them by hand. Okay? Let's see, what is layer 6 here? It's Spyro's wings. So let me name this. Why have I not named this before? Wings, oops. Wings line arts. Let's make a new layer here. Let's name it Crest, although I don't think I'm gonna keep this right now because work of this picture right now is not what I intend to do. But let me name it just for organization's sake. What should be the color for the crest? About the same color as the horns, it seems. So let me sample this here. Let's pick a hard round brush, size 3. No, size 4 maybe. Yeah, size 4. As I said, I'm not going to draw the whole thing. Size 4 is too much. Let's go with 3. I'm not actually going to work on this today. I just want to give you an example. See, I got the line wrong now, so I'm going to have to undo it again, and redo, and that's wrong. And I'm actually trying to get this right. Okay, I'm not playing pretend here. Yeah, that messed up. Nope. Okay, that might work. Nope. Okay, that should do it. Now let's close this. And let me disable the vector. See, this here is still not perfect, but let's pretend it is. just for the sake of the argument. Let me make a new layer now, and let me sample this color. Now I'm going to color this, or try to color it. Let me get a little more contrast here. Oh wow. Drop the opacity of this, please. Oops. See, some color just escaped, and I did not mean to do that. So I can either now leave that as it is, color everything, and then come back here with an eraser to fix this mistake, or I fix it now by undoing everything and then doing everything all over again, and I am on the wrong layer. So there. And okay, and I can proceed like this all the way until everything is colored, but the end result is always gonna give me some mixing pixels. Like I can see right here, this area here is not really fully colored. There's a little bit of transparency going on here, in which we can see the background. So once I'm done coloring, I will have to look at every single bit of the picture for little flaws like that, and then go back over there with the brush and try to fix them. As well, of course, also fixing color leaks like this here. I did this one on purpose for just now, but just to demonstrate. And also going over there and fixing with the eraser. Now, alternatively, I could use the selection tool like this to select an area and color it. But the problem with this is that it does not select the line very evenly. You can see there's a gap here. And sure, I can try to adjust that, but like, let's see, modify, expand? Yeah, expand by 1. Like this, for example. But the end result is still not a good one, and I am on the wrong layer. No, wait a second. I am on the right layer. I just have to... Wait, what am I doing? Okay, I have to invert the selection. Anyway, so like this way I can now actually cover a lot more area here more quickly without having to worry so much about going over the line. But the end result is still not very good, because I can see there is still one small, very faint, but there is one small gap between the actual color that I applied and the line art itself. So that's another problem that I would have. Whereas if I use vector lines, as I am going to demonstrate now, let me open another project here that already has vector lines complete. Like, let's see... Braveheart does a blap. Let's use this one as an example, because this one is really cute. I like it. Anyway, since I just demonstrated with Spyro's Crest, let's do the equivalent on Michael Braveheart, which would be his main. Let me open coloring 0, because I think this one already has all of the... Actually, it already has all colors in place too. But fine, let's pretend it doesn't. Let me disable all of these colors and leave just the line arts. No, that stays. Colors, actually color set can stay. Main, secondary, here main. Scales. Color for the horn. Nostril. Main, secondary color. Okay, this should be enough. Let me just disable his eyes. There. And let's disable the background as well. Let's make this a flat gray, just for the sake of contrast. That's too bright. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, now all of these lines that you see here right now, they have been drawn in CorelDRAW using vectors. Right off the bat you can see that they are far more defined than the line arts drawn by hand, like on this picture here for example. And their shape is also a lot more precise, not to mention the resolution is much higher, which allows me to have a lot more detail. Look at that tongue, that's cute. But another thing that this allows me is to use the selection tool like I demonstrated just now over here, but with a much better and more precise result. So let me pick here main line art, yeah, which is this layer here. Let's make a selection, just like that. Go to select, modify, expand by 1, which is the exact same thing I did with Spyro's line arts over there. But here, you can see that this selection actually, well, it just makes a much better job at selecting stuff. And now with this, I make a new layer. I lock the layer. Actually, no, don't lock the layer. Instead, make it into a mask layer like this. And then let's sample this color here, which should be the color for his main. Now, without having to worry about absolutely anything, I can just simply grab a very ginormous brush and just, I forgot to invert the selection, hang on a sec. Oops. There. I had to invert the selection first. Now I can make the mask layer. Now I can do this without having to worry about anything. There. And just like that, everything is colored without leaving any gaps anywhere. No color leakage except for tiny little corners like this one here. But this is very easy to solve. All I gotta do is come back here with only on the corners, mind you. I don't have to look around everything, the entire picture like this here, for example, to look for flaws. With this here, I know where the flaws might be. All I gotta do is go to little corners like this here, and then just erase a little bit. So there was a flaw there. I know there is one here. There's a couple right here. And there should be one right here, and there, and there, and there. See, oops. This is a lot faster than doing everything by hand like on the first example that I gave you with Spyro over there. And as you can see here, there are no imperfections. No imperfections whatsoever. And the end result is just simply way superior than anything I could do by freehanding the line arts. Look at that. It's just perfect. Or at least as perfect as I can make it right now. But yeah, and all of this done using vector lines in CorelDRAW for the final line art. And this is why, even though it takes a long time to draw the final line arts with vectors, I very much rather do that than this here, because this here not only takes time, but it is also frustrating. The vector line, and it doesn't give me as much of a good result also. With vector lines, however, it takes time, but it is not frustrating, and it gives me a great result. Which is why, even though it is boring and time consuming, and is a reason why I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with vectors, excuse me, I would not change back to drawing the final line arts by hand. Not anymore anyway. This is just better. Oops. Oh, I was holding space to move the canvas. That doesn't work on CorelDRAW. Only on Photoshop. Anyway. So yeah, hopefully now you understand why I do it this way. There's a very faint corner right here. Let's remove that. And there's another thing. Fix little flaws in the lines, like this one here that you can barely see, if at all. Do that on CorelDRAW is super easy. Most times all you gotta do is just make a couple anchor points and then erase the delete rather, the one in the middle. Yes, and vectors are scalable, which means I can export this at basically any size I want. I can make the final picture with the final line arts be small, or I can make it be very big. And I usually do them very big, just not too big, because then I might run out of RAM. But yeah. And yeah, as you can see here, I can zoom in all the way and we do not lose any detail on the line. It is just that good. I just wish it was a little faster to make these lines, but as I was just exemplifying, between being taking a long time to do them, but do them right the first time around, and taking a long time to do them, but having to undo and redo them several times until I might maybe get them close to being perfect or right by doing them by hand, I much rather take my time here. It's just better. It's just better. Now we curve here, and oops, not that one. This one here. Yeah. Now we yeet that anchor point. Let's make one here. And maybe just delete this one. Right? Let me take a look at this. Oops. What is going on? Well, that was weird. Okay, so there's kind of a little beak going on here. It curves up. Okay, this area here is a little messed up. Let's fix that. And you see another benefit of using vectors for the final line art. Even if you don't get the line right, you don't have to redraw it. All you gotta do is reshape it. That is much easier than redrawing it. There. Now this here got a little messed up, but that's fine. We can easily fix that by making a couple anchor points and then deleting this one. And now here's a very easy way to remove this very pointy corner. Anchor point here, anchor point there, and delete this one. And now just adjust these rods. I don't actually know if these things are called rods, but I call them rods because I don't know their name. And they're kind of like rods. There we go. That's done. Now, for this little corner of her smile here, I am going to use a multiple line situation here. Just like that. Now let's make this a hairline thickness. Convert to curve. Let's make this a little wider. And there we go, we have the corner of her smile. I just have now to adjust these lines so this matches this sketch and appears to be natural. And good, of course. It has to look good. No, that's too thick. Let's bring this down a bit. Now, of course, that's not to say that you would never run into problems with the vector lines and therefore imperfections. Like this here, for example. This section is going a little way too far and it is too flat. Now the problem here is adjust this can be a bit difficult, and fixing this side might mess up this other side here. One way that I usually use to mitigate this issue is actually filling up the element with color and then removing the outline like this. So now I am basically working with just only the inside of this vector element, and this makes it a lot easier for me to modulate. No, for me to no. Why do I have the word modulate in my mind? I don't know. It makes it easier for me to handle this. That's what I'm trying to say. And to shape it and make it look more natural and, you know, correct. And there we go. That seems to be fine. We do have a little gap here, but that's easily fixable. All I gotta do is bring this point further in there, and there we go. Maybe flatten this just a little bit. Hang on. No, actually bring this up a little more. Yeah. Bring it up a little more and then flatten this slightly. Yes, modify, I think. Well, you know what I mean. Let me drink some of my coffee. And there we go, that looks really good. Let me save. Always remember to frequency the progress, guys. There we go. Oh, I did say when I started this that I would tell you, if you don't already know or don't remember, what the fudge pointifier or the pointification process is supposed to mean. Yes, I did make up that term, but here's what it is. Why is Spyro behaving like a cat in the idle animations? Don't you know, Reptane? Dragons are basically giant lizards with cat software. Dragons are like big fire-breathing cats. Okay, so the pointification process that I was talking about. You see how this line over here ends on a very flat point, like right here? I don't like that. Back in the day when I started working with vector lines, what I would do with these was actually export them flat like this over to Photoshop and then use the eraser to erase a little corner of the line and make those ends end in a pointy line like this here. Or more specifically, to give you a better example, let me open here Braveheart Does a Blab, since that is the most recent example that I can give you. Argus, this will also work. Here, let me zoom in. See how this line ends on a very nice sharp end like that? Same thing here and here and here. See, it gives it, it's part of my style, but I think it looks nice. Much nicer certainly than ending on a flat like that. So back in the day what I would do was I would erase the corner of the line to make it sharp like this here. What I do now instead, however, is what I call pointify the end of the line. And this pointification process, and yes, this is made up time.
Gotta keep hydrated.
Hey Ash, happy Sunday, thank you for joining. I will hydrate myself. Actually, I will drink water this time. I have a mug of coffee and a glass of water. There we go. Indeed, Ash. So yes, I made up this term, pointify or pointification, but that's this process here. I changed this line the line that I wanted to pointify, I changed it to blue. I almost forgot the name of the color. Don't you also have a blue? What? What is that? And now I go over here and I draw a triangle of sorts. Like this, beepity boopity. Make its thickness be hairline thickness. Convert it to curves. Oh, a ball of water. No, my bottle of water is in the fridge. Just a glass here should be fine. It's not even an actual glass. It's a 400 milliliters plastic cup. There. Now the thing that I gotta do is, you see the black line here? I must make this black line match the edge of the blue line as perfectly as I can, especially on this corner here. This little pointy corner poking out of the blue here, that must go away. Well, not go away, it just must look like it is a continuation of the blue. This can be a little tough sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna leave that like that for now. Gotta do the same thing up here. I'll come back to those in a moment. For now, I have to adjust this here first. Oh my god, no, I clicked the wrong thing. Okay, now we curve this. The objective with this pointification is not only make the blue line end on a sharp edge, on a sharp end, but also this sharp end that I'm drawing right now, it has to look like it is actually a continuation of the blue line. It has to look like it is the blue line. Oh, that is going too flat and too far over there. Let me try bringing this down a bit. This is another one of the things that causes that makes the drawing of the final line art with vectors to be a time-consuming process. But again, it's still preferable over having to face the frustration, to deal with the frustration rather, of having to redraw the lines over and over and over again. Now let's make this match. And that seems to be about fine. So now let's fill this with black. Let's select the blue line. And now I've got to find a spot on this little line here where I can make a little cut. And it looks like right about here should be a good spot. Because right here and right here are areas where the black line is covering the blue line completely. So if I make a cut here and then delete this anchor point and turn the blue line into black, now it should look like both of these are the exact same line. There we go. It looks like it is all one single line. And that, my friends, is what the pointification process, or to pointify a line, that's what it is. So yeah, whenever I say that I'm going to pointify something, that's what I'm going to be doing. That's the pointification process. And yes, it is a made-up term. Alright, let's continue. maybe an anchor point here. There. Drop the thickness to 3, as I have been doing. And now we give her chin a shape. Oh, wait a second, I messed up. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, okay. So no, actually, we delete this anchor point. Yes. Curve this up, and this comes down a little more. Delete that. There we go. Yeah, we could use a little more curve over here. So actually, no, let's delete this anchor point here. Let's first make one here, so this whole area here does not get affected. There we go, that's better. We are almost there. Curve this a bit more. Bring this down. Let's bring this down a little more. That's too much. Okay. So I think now the problem is this anchor point, so it has to be moved over to here. I guess that's fine. Yeah. I'm not going to pointify this end just yet. I changed my mind, I will. Let's pointify this. I think I'll have to bring this anchor point all the way down here. Yeah, I think that seems to be better. But this one here, I have to go over there. And let's add a little more curve over here. Wait. No. Undo that. Instead, bring it down. Ah, that's going way too far. And way too flat. That's fine. We can fix it. We have the technology. We can fix it. Maybe expand this. Yes, expand that a little bit. And yeah, that doesn't make much of a difference. Okay, this pointification here should not be doing this, but it is on a stage where the more I try to fix it, the more I break it. So the alternative is to remove the outline and work with just the inside of this element that I am drawing. This makes the line a little more malleable. Malleable? Is that a word? I think it is. So long as I don't re-enable the outline, this will look fine. Let's see if this is matching. That seems to be matching. It is not matching over here. The black has to match the blue. Okay. Now I need the black to cover the blue line a little bit more on this area here, because I need to make the cut in the blue line around here. So let's make this part a little thicker. Now another thing with the pointification process is that not only it has to look like it is the same, still the same line, but it also has to appear to be the same thickness. Something seems to be a bit off here. Let me cut the blue line and let's take a look at what is wrong here. Is it me, or does it seem to be thicker right here than here? Yes, that seems to be a little thicker. Okay, we gotta do another cut in the blue line. Let's try here. How about this? This anchor point. Come on. Get the anchor point on the exact spots it is needed. Sometimes it is very difficult, if not downright impossible. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to bring this anchor point any further. That's alright. I mean, for all of the benefits that using vectors for the final line art can bring, it is not without its flaws. It is not perfect. Sometimes imperfections will still be left behind. And there are a few things that I can only really fix in Photoshop later when I export these lines over to Photoshop. Like this line here, for example. For some reason, Pointify it is being a little tougher than it should. I might have to leave it as it is and just do a few touch-ups with the brush in Photoshop in here later. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Otherwise, it looks very good. Let me save. Let's see, what am I gonna do next? Besides everything that has to be done. Let's do this side of her face. How about that? Where do I begin? I'm going to begin with this cheek over here. Number 3. Convert to curve. Nice. Are you going to try and 100% the games, Reptane? I did that when I played the originals. Nice. I'm assuming you are still on the first game of the trilogy. Yeah, that's a fun thing to do. Should I have removed that little corner here? Maybe not. Let's restore it. Perhaps what I should have done is actually... I'm gonna leave it here for now. Let me instead just change this color to blue, so I can more clearly see what it is going to look like. And let's instead draw a new line going like this. Actually, no. Let's draw this here. My dragon. And those are going fast in terms of collectibles. I can imagine. Yeah, let's try this. And now we have this line and over there. Oh, by the way, guys, I finally got off my butt and I grabbed the sensor bar from my Wii and I plugged it into my Wii U. So now I can play my Wii games on the Wii U. And I'm telling you this because I am thinking of maybe playing some Spyro, some GameCube and Spyro games on stream in the future. I love, for example, the Legend of Spyro series. Dawn of the Dragon is probably my favorite from that trilogy. Hey Manji, happy Sunday! Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. I hope you're doing well. Let's bring this over. Let's bring this over here. There we go. We can turn that back into black. Alright, now let's remove this corner here. Let me just sort out this shape a little bit better. You know, a little more of the same, except for everything that is bad, everything is good. Still alive. This was a triumph. I'm making a note here, here's success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture science. We do what we must because we can. For the good of all of us, except the ones who were dead. But there's no sense crying over every mistake. You just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And when the science gets done and you make a neat gun for the people who are still alive. What am I trying to do here? Hold on a second. Oh, that's what I'm trying to do. Convert to curve. I don't know why it wasn't working. Okay, so now I gotta try to match this with this, maybe? No, actually... yeah, they have to match. So let's curve this just a little bit more. And up here also. Okay, now let's change this back to black. And voila, they match. Very good. Yeah, I'm gonna do this here. That's a detail I'll look into later. Let's draw this nostril. Let's save first. You see how time consuming it is to make these vector lines. All of this time and all I have done so far is just one tiny fraction of her face. It has already been like an hour and a half. What are those Wish.com Gandalfs in the third world? I forgot the name of those enemies, but they do have a name. The name that comes to mind is Wizrobes, I think. But oops. But I think those are from Zelda. Or are they from Spyro? Hold on. Wizrobes. If this is even the names. Wizrobe. Yeah, it's from Zelda. It's not from Spyro. Yeah, these are the guys I'm thinking of. I mean, the name anyway. What the hell is this? Jesus Christ, that's cursed. Oh my god. I should play Spyro Reignited Trilogy on stream again. I haven't finished that, by the way. Not yet. And I think I have only been playing that on stream too. When was the last time that I booted up that game, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. June 1st. Oh, but I didn't actually play. I was just testing out the new controller that I got for my birthday. Hop, skip, and jump. Find the hidden entrance to Sunny Flight. Nice. Hop, skip, and jump. That reminds me of a song. It's not very far, just move your little rump. You can make it if you try with a hop, skip, and a jump. Okay, the shape here is not quite correct. Let's fix it. And the fix is going to turn out worse than the not fix, so let's do this. Oh, by the way, speaking of Spyro, in case you missed what I told you guys about on some recent streams, I have installed that Spyro mod for Stray, the cat game. So now we can literally make it possible. So now we can actually make the phrase that dragons are giant lizards with cat software. We can make that into a reality. In other words, next time that I play Stray on stream, I have beat the game on stream already. But next time that I play Stray on stream, which I will do it again, I'm gonna do it, but instead of Stray, we're gonna be Spyro. That should be fun. Hairline. Hang on, let me check on this sketch the actual shape for this nostril. Okay, I think I got it. So delete this. Let's make a couple anchor points here and there. You know, I might need to see a doctor to check my left nostril. For a while now, it's been kind of blocked by something on the very back, and it's not snot. I know this is a bit gross, and sorry, but thing is, it is making it a little difficult for me to breathe. So I'm running out of breath, and I don't like this. Why was I wondering about the catness of Spyro? Puddle of water equals death. I don't know, but spoiler alert, Spyro can actually swim on the second game. I don't know, maybe he dies in the puddles of water on the first game because it's not Saturday, so he's not supposed to be taking any baths on Saturday. I mean, not on Saturday. Wait a minute, how come 1 pixel is thinner than hairline thickness. How does this work? What? Look at this. Shouldn't hairline be thinner than 1 pixel? What? I don't think that's how this should work. Anyway. Okay, this needs a little more work. Oh man, yeah, if I don't get my nose checked, at some point I am gonna be like those guys in Phasmophobia. They run for like a second and they are like you know. Maybe that's their problem. Maybe their nostrils are blocked by something. Maybe that's why they ran out of breath so quickly. So I suppose I should probably not go looking for ghosts myself until I get my nose sorted out. Oh god, I'm running out of breath even for this little chuckle. Okay, let's save. So that's fine. Now there is a thing that I gotta do here. Let's change this line to blue. Let me see, how am I gonna do this? There's a little bump here, see? I gotta do that here. Well, actually not necessarily. Hang on, let me experiment. I collected so much in the first 2 worlds that the Battle Mist already lets me go to the 4th world without me even having done anything there. Nice. You know what, Reptane, you are gaming. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove the outline for this also. Okay, I said gaming. Now I cannot resist the temptation to watch a little quick thing here. So bear with me, guys.
Everybody wants me to say it, so let's just get this out of the way. Magic gaming! I have no idea what I'm saying!
Oh man. Medic is one of my favorite classes to play on Team Fortress 2. What a fun character. Magic Gaming! That's way too thick. Let's shrink this a bit. Yeah, this thickness should be fine. Now all I gotta do is remove this blue from here. But how do I do that without breaking the line over here? Or, actually, hold on a moment. Yeah, this might be better actually. just have to bring this further down a bit more so it is more visible. Yep, that should work. But this still leaves me with the problem of this section of blue here. Let me see what I can do about that. I would have to cut this blue line and break it apart. Let's break it apart right here. And let's delete these anchor points. You've managed to get the enemies to fight each other on Spiral. Nice. Okay, so now we opened a gap on her snout. I have to restore the line as it was before I deleted this chunk here. I gotta make it so it is going to still look like the exact same line, but without any blue showing down here. And the way to do that should hopefully work by doing this. Let's use green for this. Why is 1 pixel thickness thinner than the hairline? I do not understand. Now we run this green line inside of the black. There we go. Convert to curve. And now we do that like so. Okay, I gotta make this green line match the blue line. I am literally patching the gap that I have created here. Oh boy, watched that video with the medic just now. Medic Gaming! Made me want to go and play some Team Fortress 2 right now. I haven't played that game in ages. Last time that I played it was on stream several months ago. I actually think it was still last year. When was the last time that I booted up TF2? Let's see, where's TF2? July 15th, 2022. Yesterday, it was literally 1 year since the last time that I played this game. There was a massive update a few days ago. Yeah, I didn't look into that, but I heard there has been an update, and apparently they added a seal. Actually, I think that seal thing is a whole new game mode. But they did make versus Saxon Hale an official thing. So that's fun. Okay, so now we gotta do the same thing that I did up there. We gotta do it down here. Oh, hang on. The black line is a little too thin over here. I can make this work. Yeah, I think that works. Let's do the same thing down here now. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't really have to get the green line to match the blue there. Just this here should be fine. Okay. Want to see a magic trick? Let's make this patch become the original line. Ta-da! It's as if it has never been changed. Look at that. Nice. Let's save. Now for my next trick. This line. This line is supposed to be so thin that... Wait, why isn't this working? Hairline. Oh, there we go. Now it worked. Okay. This line is so thin that I'm not gonna use the outline, only the inside of the line. Let me take a look at this shape. Yeah, maybe a little more curve over here. So bring these anchor points down a bit and curve it some more, like so. Oh yes, that's great. That is great. Now let's do the same thing over here. Go. You know, I should either wash my mouse pad or buy a new one, because this thing here is no longer suiting me very well. The mouse is no longer sliding across very smoothly. I don't know if you can tell from the movements of my mouse cursor, but sometimes it is a bit difficult to do a few movements, especially if I need a little more accuracy on some things. Like I try to move it, it doesn't really move, and then suddenly it goes boom, a lot. You know, very quick. That's annoying. SteelSeries Quick Edge Large. That sounds too big for my desk and too expensive for my budget. And yes, I am that broke. Just out of curiosity, let me see what that is about. What that is like. Oh my god! 134 reais. Oh no. Yeah. As I said, too expensive. It's too expensive. And a bit too large for my desk indeed. That's a lot of money. I could buy a cheap SSD with his amount of money. And my second PC could really use one of those. Check their own webpage. I don't know their website. Steel Series QCK Edge website. $14.99. Yeah, see, if this was in reais, this would be great. That's cheap. But what is the exchange rate right now? 480. 71.99. That's salty, but it's kind of affordable still. But it is still on the expensive side. But see, that's what I was talking about to you guys a while back about how expensive things are here in Brazil. For you to have an actual idea of how expensive something here is, you always have to look at the price in reais and pretend that is actually dollars or pounds. So yeah, that's how you get an actual idea of how expensive things here are. So yeah, instead of 134 reais for this mousepad, for example, you would have to look at this as $134. That's how expensive it actually is. And the minimum one? I don't know. Let's go back to their website. I think this is the smallest one, medium. Large costs $19 and the XL is $24. Oh, my desk really has no space for something like this. Not at all. Even this is too big for my desk. This is more or less the size of my current mousepad. Thing is, I like mousepads with the, you know, I don't know how to describe it very well, but you know those mousepads that kind of have like a sort of cloth on their surface? I like those. I think those are super smooth. It's the smoothest types of mousepads that I have ever used. Might be cheaper. It definitely would. I mean, even if I bought it myself overseas, I would end up paying more for the shipping than the mousepad itself. Yeah, I love cloth surfaces. The problem with the cloth surface mousepads is the grime, the filth that they accumulate over time, and clean those is a bit tough because it's a bit hard to get the filth out of it, and depending on how you wash it, you might completely ruin the glue that keeps the cloth on the actual rubber underneath the mousepad, and then you end up ruining the whole thing. But yeah, mine is way overdue for a wash. Actually, I might actually just have to replace the whole thing because it's kind of sticky on the corner. It literally got itself glued to my desk on one side here. Okay, this is too thin. I gotta make it a little thicker. My old one literally disintegrated. Yeah, I had that happen before as well. Now, for you to have an idea, I don't know if I'm gonna find it, but let's see. The mousepad that I am using right now is a very simple one. Let me see if I can find something at least similar to this. What brand is this here? Sulcram. Never heard of this brand. Razor 1, the rubber was sticking everywhere. Eesh. That sucks. Yeah, oh, Red Dragon has mousepads, nice. But yeah, this is not the one that I'm using, but just for you to have an idea, look at the difference in price from that one that we saw just now. This one is only 39.99 reais. It's still a little salty on the price side, The one that I'm using right now, I bought it for far less than this. I think I might have paid only 12 reais on this one when I bought it. But still, that's a huge difference. There's a green dragon theme mouse. Nice. My current mouse is a red dragon mouse. I like this mouse. It is actually really good considering how little it costs. Yeah. I've been using a few things from this brand called Red Dragon. Not just because it has dragon on the name and logo. I know, I have a bias. But also because it's cheap and oops, it's relatively cheap, certainly cheaper than the other options available, and the quality has been very good actually. I've been enjoying these products. My current headset and mouse are from Red Dragon, and I've had them for a while. Very good stuff. I really wanted to work on this eye right now, but at the same time I don't. I think I'm gonna do the horns. But I'm gonna be honest with you, what I actually want to do is anything else but this here. Vectors are boring. I know I was talking about how good they are, how useful and stuff. But the amount of time it takes for me to make them, it does get me bored. It does get me bored. Though to be fair, it does not help that I am still short in breath because of my nose. What I might do soon is, as we enter the second hour of stream, I might take a break, maybe a 5 minutes break, and go to the bathroom and see if I can do anything about my nose, because this is really, really bothering me. Like, it is at a point that if I inhale a little more strongly, you actually hear that inhaling. So I'm breathing slowly not to make that noise on the microphone. But here, just to give you an example. See, that's how bad my nose is right now. That wasn't pleasant. Alright, let's remove this corner and this corner here. There. Now we change this. Found it? Let's take a look. Draconia! Sharkoon. Oh, Draconia is just the name of the model, basically. I see, interesting. That's a cool looking dragon. Yeah, my mouse is by a brand actually called Red Dragon. My mouse is this here. Let's see. Red Dragon. It only has 1D. Red Dragon. Centrophorus M601-3. Yeah, that's my mouse. It's a very nice mouse. Very comfortable too. I like it. It does not have adjustable LEDs, however. The red light here, however, it does fade in and out as if the mouse is breathing. So that's pretty cool. I like it. After I bought this, I actually almost went on and bought a second one just to keep as a spare. You need a thumb rest on your mouse? I'm fine with this one here as it is. Though I think you can say this one does have a thumb rest, right? Yeah, this thing here, I think, maybe. There's a weird bug on my wall. Hang on a second, I gotta yeet it. And there we go. Oh, I think this is a baby silverfish. It's not very good to have silverfish around. No, no, no. Okay, now even though this is a horn, let's remove this sharp edge over here. It doesn't look very natural otherwise. Yeah, that might be better. Yeah, I might make some adjustments to this, but later. Let's now draw this mouse. This mouse? No, this horn over here, not mouse. Until I bought this Red Dragon mouse that I am using right now, for the longest time I have always only used very simple office grade mice. They got the job done, but they were definitely inferior to this here. None of them ever had DPI adjustment by either. And the last one that I used before this one was a Dell mouse, which I still have. It still works. It is actually still, technically speaking, brand new because I barely used that thing after I bought it. I bought it, used it a while, and then I found this Red Dragon one, and I just had to buy it. So I did. And at the time, I did not really understand or saw the need for side buttons on the mouse, like these two here that mine has. I know there's mice that has even more buttons on the side, but still, I never saw the need or purpose for having these because I was like, why would you need those extra buttons? A mouse should only have two buttons and the wheel and the click of the wheel. And if you need to go back or forward on something, like on Windows Explorer browser, you just click on forward or back on the buttons of the browser. But I actually learned to really like these buttons, and they are indeed very practical. So now whenever I put my hands on a mouse that does not have those buttons, I miss them. And I'm like, how could I have survived all of these years without these buttons on the side? You know? Okay, that looks a bit wonky, but I'm gonna keep it like that. If needed, I'll make further adjustments later, or leave those adjustments to be done on Photoshop. Okay, for this one I will actually have to use this method here. Remove the outline and work with just the insides of the thing. There we go, that should do it. I'm going to draw just this one more line, and then I'm going to take that break that I mentioned. Although I don't actually need to use the bathroom yet, my nose is really bothering me, and I gotta do something about this. I need to breathe. I am running out of breath, and I'm not even running. I think it is actually even more bothersome when you wake up already out of breath. That is really unpleasant. Imagine if I actually even had asthma. Thank God I don't. As far as I know, anyway. But I mean, I think I would know if I did. So, I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay, that should do it. Let me drink some more from my coffee, and then I'll take this break that I was talking about. It was actually the last of my coffee. Anyway, I'll be right back. Maybe around 5 minutes more or less. I do recommend you guys take this time to maybe go to the bathroom yourselves and grab yourself a coffee. Or a nice cup of tea. Or beer. Anyway, I'll be right back, guys. I'll see what I can do about my nose because this is really, really bothering me. Okay, be right back.
change and so does the heart. Keep standing tall, keep courage on your sleeve. It'll all turn out eventually. To the ones with the heart so broken, to the ones who can never sleep, to the ones who will always be there, to the ones who are never seen. When you're on the edge, it's so hard to progress. Don't you fall too far. If we fall apart, when you're on the edge, it's so hard to progress. Don't you fall too far. If we fall apart, don't let life get you down. Don't you fall too far. I see great potential. You've got so much heart. Don't let life get you down. Don't you fall too far. I see great potential. You've got so much heart. To the ones with the heart so broken, to the ones who can never sleep, to the ones who will always be there, to the ones who are never seen. When you're on the edge, it's so hard to progress. Don't you fall too far. If we fall apart, when you're on the edge, it's so hard to progress. Don't you fall too far. If we fall apart, when you're on the edge, it's so hard to progress. Don't you fall too far. If we fall apart.
And I am back, everyone. I am sorry it took so long. It actually took much longer than I anticipated and then I intended. It actually took exactly 10 minutes and 15 seconds. Anyway, so yeah, sorry. Actually also had to deal with a little bit of a nosebleed, which is why it took a while. But I can breathe a little better now. It's still not as good as it should be, but I think better than this, I will actually just have to check with a doctor to see what's wrong with my nose. Anyway, let's get back to this. You know what I have not considered? How am I gonna do this hair? Separate layer, same layer? Actually, speaking of layers, how is the layering on this thing going to work? Ideally, I should have the head and this section of her neck to be on one layer and the rest of her body to be on another. How could I make that work? I mean, I don't necessarily have to do that, but because of the method that I use to shade, it is going to be way better if I can do that. So those legs, her right legs and her right wing can go together on one layer. Ideally her body and her tail and this wing should go on another layer, and this here should go on yet another layer. I might be able to do it. Yes, I might be able to do it with these hairs here. Yeah, these might be enough to mark the end of this, I mean the limits of this layer here. And we can have this horn as part of this same layer. And then the neck there, all of that is on another layer. Yes, this might work. Very well. Let me do this horn here first. And then I'll probably do the hairs. Should I connect these here? Yes, I will. Drop the thickness to 3. Convert to curve. Now let's curve it. You might think that drawing these lines by hand would be a lot faster, and technically speaking, you would not be wrong. But when we take into account the amount of time it is going to take to get the line right in the first place, so you know, undo the line and do it again over and over several times until the line is nice, that basically defeats all of the purpose. Anytime you gain drawing the line faster, you lose having to redraw the line several times over, as I have already demonstrated. So yeah, vectors, much better. Now for this here, let's use a different color. Not quite like that though.
Show us what you can and who you wanna be. Raise our hopes to the sky and show the world who we are. You can't stop us if you try. Everything you could be, just take flight and soar. Know that you can achieve, just wanna be something more. We'll raise our hopes to the sky.
There we go, that should work. Oopsie daisy, that's the wrong color. I mean, it was the right color, just not the right spot. Ah, but now we have a corner here. No, 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 we have to remove that. That cannot be there. We've got to make it a smooth transition. I mean, the corner is still there, but this is much smoother now, so I'm gonna keep it. Let's do the same thing on this side here now. Oh, actually, hold on a second. It should be thicker down here. That works. Let's do the same thing over here now. Let's remove the outline. I will really have to find a way to only work with vectors when I am not streaming. I gotta make these things off stream because there's just really not much to talk about when working with vectors here, so it's boring. I don't know about you, but at least I feel bored. Okay, let's try this. Frick, I did it again. Yeah, there's a bit of corner going on there, but that's fine. Thickness wise, maybe we could make the bottom here a little thicker. Yes, that works. Nice. Let's save. And let's make this horn next. Oops. There we go. Now let's remove that sharp edge. And we should be good with this horn. Here. Nice. Okay, so now, other than drawing the eye and the eyelashes and the marking on her muzzle, all you gotta do is the hair. Oh yeah, no, hang on a second, I gotta do the lines down here for the neck first. Well, not necessarily, but I might as well. There, first one done. For this second one, I might have to do a little bit of patching over here because I think we are going to end up with a little gap. Actually not. Right? No, there is one teeny tiny gap there, but I can actually easily fix that one by just moving this anchor points a little further into the black line there. And there we go. Now this, and this here can be a thinner thickness. Number 2 should do fine. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Let's save this. And you know what? I'm going to work on the on her eye now. Let's save the hair for later. Let's see. How do I start this? We actually have 2 elements going on here, basically. We have the eye and the eyelash. I think I'm gonna do the shape of the eye first, and then the eyelash. Yes, let's do that. Let's give her a very nice eye over here. This here is not doing very well. That's better. Just not quite there yet. Okay, now this makes more sense. Let's delete this anchor point. I just made a new one. Oops. Okay. That's good for starters, I guess. But, of course, I am not done. I now have to make this line art be about the same thickness as all others, especially as this one here. So let's expand a little bit more. Wait. What am I doing? Just make the line thicker. Yeah. And oops. And just make a couple adjustments here and there. Though, hang on a second. Wait. Okay, so this is actually not supposed to be there, not yet. Not like this. So let's fix that. Okay, and this can come down a little bit. Maybe a little bit more. And let's enhance the curvature around here. maybe a little less over here on this side. Yeah, that should be fine for starters. Now, the eyelash. And this should be simple enough. Let's drop the thickness to hairline. And now I run this line inside the black line here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Now this looks a bit wonky like this, but I promise you, when I can make this right, the final result in Photoshop is going to look great. Oops. There we go. This here. That is going very far, and it's not supposed to go that far. Let me see if I can fix that without messing up anything. Let's make an anchor point here so I don't mess up that area. This might work. This here is still going a bit too far, but I will leave it and trim this out with the eraser on Photoshop later. So now let's turn this black, turn all of that black. And that looks incredibly thick. Yeah, it is not supposed to be that thick. I think one of the problems is right here. Yeah, I'd need this thickness here to match this line over here. But of course, preferably bringing this line up. So, how do I do that without messing up anything? Yeah, everything very thick. Because if I do this, yeah, no. Oh, I think I know. Let me save first, because the change that I'm about to make should be rather significant. Let's break this apart and put that up there for now. Bring this up. Yeah, it's poking out. Fine, that's fine. I'm gonna have a gap here, but that's fine. Righty, now maybe delete this, right? And let's draw now a new line going from, hang on a second, I gotta unselect this. There. Let's draw a new line, just a lone line from here to right about here. Let's call it this green. Give it a hairline thickness. And my people here forgot that I am live streaming and they're just talking in the background, so I'm sorry guys. I know that is all coming through the microphone. Nothing to do about it. That's one of the pleasures of living with other people, basically. Anyway, now I lost track of what I was doing. Frick. Okay. I gotta remove this blue from here. Let's have this green go here. I gotta close that gap that we can see there with the black line. Like so. Think this is good? Yeah, I'm gonna roll with this. Let's now do something about the blue here. Let's hide it like that. Yeah. Color it all black now. That is still thick, but that is fine, because all of this thickness should appear to go away once I add colors on Photoshop. And why? Because I'm gonna show you what it's supposed to look like when done. Let me show you here with Braveheart's Does a Blab. Look at his eye over here. What I am doing with this eye over here is basically essentially the same thing that I have done for Braveheart's eye over here. So I am going to give these lines multiple colors, and if I'm doing it right, hopefully it will look like, I don't know, it will look just fine, like we can see here on his eyes, or on his eye, I mean. Though, no, actually, it might actually be a little too thick still. Yeah, maybe a little bit of further adjustment won't hurt. Oops. Yeah, drop this a bit. Yeah, that works best. Let's do a little bit of that over here as well. But now the angle of that there is a little wrong. That's okay, we can fix it. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. Now, to give an example of what this is supposed to be when done, let me go ahead and export just this head. And let's do a quick test. Let's name this temp. Now, the resolution to use here, let's try 500. Let me see how big that actually is. Not big enough. Let's bump up the resolution to 1000. 3000. 3848 pixels by 2168 pixels. This should be much better now. But is it big enough? Nah, I think the resolution could be just a little bigger. Let's try 1500. (5,772 pixels by 3,252 pixels. Yeah, there we go. That's about better. That's better. Just for the sake of comparison, let's compare the size of this head at full size to the size of this head, and the thickness of the lines. Yeah, maybe slightly lower resolution on this one. Let's drop from 1500 to 1200. (4,617 pixels by 2,601). Yeah, I think this is better. 1200. I should probably make a note somewhere here, otherwise I will forget about this and then I'm gonna have to test it again. Excuse me. Export at 1200 oops, that's not an O, that's an S. Resolution. Man, if my writing gets any worse, I will have to go to medical school. Anyway, let's open Photoshop. I'm gonna do a quick test with the coloring of that eye. Just the line art. There we go, let's make a new layer. Ever seen Cyrillic cursive writing? Oh hell yes I have, I hate it. It's probably one of the least understandable things in the world. At least for me as a Westerner. Okay, look at these beautiful lines. My guys, so much better than what we were seeing earlier when I was demonstrating utilizing that Spyro fan art as an example. Anyway, let's do a quick test here. Let's pick a shade of white. With this part over here. I'm gonna keep that top black. Pure black. Discord? Oh boy. My guy, that's just a bunch of scribbles. Like, seriously, whoever wrote that, he or she just did this here. I can do that too. My god. That is just the scribbles. And a doctor too. Oh my god, that's even worse. That's just scribbles. My cat Scribbles might write more understandable stuff than that. Let's pick. Let's see. I don't remember what color her scales are. So let's pick something, just something random here. Let's go with a green. I know it's not her color, but right now, that's not the point. I'm just testing to make sure I am actually doing this correctly. Actually, no, I have to sample from here. Oh, frick. This is very incomplete, after all, the line art. I'm just testing the coloring. This goes up to there. And actually all the way. Now give me the pen tool. And let's make a selection. Hang on. This will probably have to go like... Wait a minute. Like this? Is this right?
2 years since the start of this perfect story. I don't want it to end. Once we've made you extraordinary, I could never surrender. But my royal duties are dragging me away.
Oh, frick, I messed up.
I can say I'll be home someday. Standing on the platform, see you one last time. It's never been so hard for me to say goodbye. I can never tell you in person.
This should go here. Yes, this should go here.
Not coming home.
Wait. What am I doing? No, wait. This should go there. This should go all the way like that.
Distance, a letter in fire, bound with celestial
And I think this one
signs of a
is the one that should actually...
required. There's
Let's expand this.
for tears. I'm sorry, but I need to
Yeah, I think this is right. Let's try this out. Make selection. No, maybe this should actually be the other way around. Instead of having the black end up there, it should probably end down here. So let's bring this down here, like so, and do a little bit of readjusting. And also probably should not go all the way too. Yeah, it should not. Let's expand this like that. And curve it some more. Like this. Bring this over there. No, wait. Yeah, like this. Yeah, this will work. Just gotta get these curves right. Okay, let me try this. That is better. But maybe I do have to do this here. And a little bit more curve. Yeah, there we go. See? Oops. Now it does not seem to be as thick as it seems to be here, with just the black lines. And see, this is still the exact same line that we have here, or lines. They're actually multiple lines. They just seem to be one single line. But with color, it appears to be a lot better. See? Not as thick anymore. Okay, so this will work. Good. We'll put away the pen. Save this once again. And carry on. Okay, let's now draw this little tidbit of thingy over there. And move on. 40 dirgs found. What? Oh! You're rescuing the dragons on Spyro. Thank you for releasing me, Spyro.
Stars don't shine, they don't even twinkle. When your side is wrinkled,
Now let's make this smaller.
clouds in your skies. And I don't mind the rain when it's pouring.
That there is going into forever. You gotta fix that.
It's making me blind.
Spyro reminds me of a less cynical version of Kazooie. Yeah, Spyro does have an attitude, a little bit of an attitude. But he's a lovable one. He's a lovable one, that little purple dragon.
Back in my garden,
Banjo-Kazooie, that's a game I have never ever played.
free from the heart
I should try that for the first time at some point on stream. That should be fun.
by your side.
Though I'm not sure if that game runs very well on emulation.
Clouds don't know just what they
Okay, I think this here might do fine.
make it so gloomy.
It runs fine. Well, it might depend on the emulator, because I have the ROM for that. I have the ROM for that. But I think I remember Project 64 had a warning next to the ROM saying something about missing textures, I think.
Just starts grinning.
You know what? Let's take a look. Let's confirm that. Let me open Project 64. I'm not going to play the game right now. I just wanted to check that ROM. Banjo-Kazooie. Glide 64, need per frame FB for puzzle pieces. No, it might actually run. It might actually run fine. Quake is very broken. I thought about playing Quake 64 on stream before, but this is really broken. But no, Banjo-Kazooie might work. Yeah, you know what? Hang on a second. Let me grab my controller. Just for the sake of checking this out. Oh, hang on a second. This is currently synced to the second PC. Let me unsync from there. Just a moment. Turn on the controller. Remove device. Yes. I might have to restart the emulator, otherwise it won't recognize the controller once I have it plugged in. Excuse me. Add Bluetooth devices. Turn on the controller, go into sync mode. Beep. Beep boop. Let's see, Project 64. How to derail art streams 101 by Riptang. Wait a second, that's Conker's Bad Fur Day. Hold on a second, that's the wrong one. Oops. Conker's Bad Fur Day is the complete opposite of the wholesomeness that is Banjo-Kazooie. Can I skip this? Oh, that bug is dead. Uh-huh. Is this controller even plugged in? Is the emulator recognizing it? Oh yeah, we do have some broken textures here. I don't think that puzzle thing, jigsaw thing, is supposed to be like that. Yahoo! Come on, skip it! Skip everything! It won't skip! Ah! I'm pushing all the buttons. It won't skip. Yeah, I figured. Dinkbot by the bench. Who is the nicest looking wench, not wrench. Right, it's Grunty and something day. She really takes my breath away. Is it right? Did she just pick her nose? I wasn't paying attention. I think she just picked her nose. Come on, I just want to get into some gameplay to see how this actually runs. Can you hear me pushing the buttons? I'm smashing the buttons. I never played Banjo-Kazooie, but I do know this game is super popular. People love this game. I mean, that's probably the whole reason why I got the ROM in the first place. I just never got around to playing it. Oh look, they're neighbors. Hi there, Tootsie. What are you going to do? Can I speed up the emulation? I can. God, that's a long cutscene. Jesus Christ. Finally. You know what? I think this is playable. Come on, come on, come on. Wow, that's a lot of... this cutscene is also very long. Okay, you know what, guys? I think I might have found the game to play on the next Gaming Friday. What do you think, people? Should I start a series on this one? Wee woo! Yeah, this seems to work fine. Yeah, I might do this one actually. Should be fun. Okay, let me put away the controller now. Okay, then I guess look forward to Banjo-Kazooie on the next Gaming Friday. Not gonna lie to you, a while back I actually thought about playing Conker's Bad Fur Day. I did some playing of that myself on my own, and it's a fun game, but I'm not sure if I should play that on stream. But first you need to investigate the gas station. Oh yes, I do. I'm not going to pick that one up, back up this early though. It's still too soon. There we go, look at that. Perfect. Now we just draw this line here and we should be done with the eye area. Now I do know at least one thing that should happen by the gas station. As I said when I was playing that on stream, I did get myself spoiled a tad or a bit, I don't know, by watching Jacksepticeye play that WOD. And I do know that at one point, I don't know if that should always happen or not, but on Jacksepticeye's playthrough, there were like a bajillion enemies outside of the gas station at one point. So that much I know. Warning, I might sneeze soon. Ah, pardon me. I should probably have muted the microphone. I'm sorry, guys. I remember CBFD being read. What is CBFD? Hey, Archangel, happy Sunday. Thank you for joining. Thank you. Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day. Yes, Conker's Bad Fur Day is not really kid-friendly, which is why I already knew that. And that is why I decided to play it by myself off stream to see how bad it could be. And that's why I decided not to play it on stream. Now also granted, from what I understand, the original N64 version is somehow more kid-friendly than the remaster that they re-released for the Xbox back in the day. Good decision, right? It is a fun game, however. It is a fun game. Having said that, though, if I ever play that on stream, I might have to enable that setting that limits the access to the stream to 18 plus, or at least I think it only actually just gives a warning. I don't know how that works actually. But in any case, the game is fun. Okay, the bump is a little too much to this side. I think I have to invert this. Yes, it does have to be inverted a little bit. That already looks much better. Very nice. Actually, I think it should be fine as it is right now. Let's just do something about the blue here. Let's make an anchor point right here, since we already have one over there. And let's... oh no. Okay, let's try over here then. Okay, that works. Just gotta do something about this here. Let's try, oops. Let's try this. Ah! Crap. It's moving the line up there. No. Okay, this works. That works. Turn that black. Turn this green to black. And there we go. We are done with this eye area. Eye area? What? Anyway, we are done with this here for now. Let me do the eyelash for her left eye over there, because I did not touch that. That is kind of going to intersect with the line art of the head. I can make this work. Eye area. Now that's a thing I don't think I will ever have myself. I certainly won't spend my own money doing it. And that is buy and use an Apple product. Oops, I think I forgot to convert into curves. So I did. Sounds like an Apple Map program. Yes. Apple devices are way too expensive for what they offer. Too expensive and limited. At least when compared to the likes of Android and Windows 10 Mobile. You know what? I think I'm gonna have to remove the outline for this. I just enabled the outline, frick. There we go. Like, at least here in Brazil, you could actually literally buy a used car for the price you would pay on a new iPhone. They are that expensive. And I'm not even talking about a car in bad shape. I'm talking about a used car in good condition. Granted, it's not going to be a new car. Probably something from the maybe mid-2000s or 90s. But still, you can buy a very good car in really good shape for about the same price or even less than what you would pay on an iPhone here. It's ridiculous. At least last time I checked. Okay, I guess that is fine. Yeah. Kinda. Maybe gotta have this curve match this area here. Yeah, maybe, but I'm gonna have to make some changes here on the blue. Alright, let's try this. Frick. Maybe it needs a little more curve right here. You know what I probably would end up. Let me restart that phrase. Do you know what I probably would end up using an iPhone for if I ever have been gifted one, for example? I probably would use it as a Stream Deck, like I currently use a couple of old Android phones right here. Just to run Touch Portal. It would probably be an upgrade over these Androids, that's for sure, for that purpose, but I think that's what I would end up using the iPhone for. Not the iPhone number 4, I mean FOR. Use it for. Use the iPhone for this purpose. Okay, now for this marking, we can go with a thin line. Oh god, after I sneeze, now my nose is running. And this is also my last napkin. There we go, that's better. Did I convert this to curves yet? Yes, I have. There, now this one goes in here. That could be a bit better, I guess. Yeah, let's try this. Delete that line. Okay. Delete this anchor point. Are you stuck? Call your stepsister. Just kidding. Where are you stuck at? Can reach a high ledge with a wizard and 2 chests on it. I don't know where that is, but I think I might have a faint idea. Yeah, just by name, I don't really think I can remember. But I think you might be in an area where you have those runaway pads, where you can grab, where you can get a lot of speed, and Spyro basically charge kind of like a train. You know, when he runs and he goes. That was a great description of the sound he makes. But in any case, point is, I think you are near one of those. You should be able to use it, and making the correct turns on the right places at the right times, you should be able to launch yourself at a high speed, and yeah, basically launch yourself towards that platform. Just be careful of where exactly you land. Oh, that guy there. If this is where I think it is, and if memory serves me right, you actually reach him from the outside. Yeah, there is one, I don't remember exactly where. I think it might be around here, somewhere in this area of the map. There should be a spot there where you can jump across some platforms to go around the outside of the building, and that's how you get to him. Guys, I think I might be done with this marking here. Yeah, I think that seems to be about right. Let me save this and take a look without the sketch. Oh wow, she is starting to look very pretty with these better line arts. Look at this. Away from the outside. Now there's got to be a way from the outside. Now you know what? Since we are already into the 3rd hour of the Chill Art Sunday, and I'm not going to play games, just gonna make it clear for you guys, but since we are already in the 3rd hour of the Chill Art Sunday, and we are just doing vectors, and this will take a long time regardless, I'm actually gonna check I'm gonna check that area there. Because I do remember that place having an area outside that you can get to reach the place. Why isn't the controller synced yet? Hold on. Do I have to resync it? Shouldn't have to. Okay, let's do it anyway. Removing device. That's taking a while. No, I can't tab out now. There we go. Oh, I missed this music. It's awesome. Hang on, I might have bugged everything. Wait. Stop the sync. Stop the sync. Fine, turn off the controller. Close that. I think this window just crashed. Remove device. Oh no, it's stuck on removing device. Oh, you found it? Okay, so I won't have to go in there then and check it myself. Because this thing isn't working anyway. But it is on the outside as I told you, isn't it? Let's put this controller back over there. Why isn't the music working? Hello? Oh, that's because there's no music on this point here. Derp. Okay. There's a moth on my wall now. Okay, so her face is basically complete. Let's now work on her hair. Oh my god, the hair is going to take so long to make. That's so many lines. Oh no. Oh, you know what, guys? I think I'm gonna make this hair off stream because that's way too much for doing it live. That is way too much. Brother, I want to speak to you about our God and Savior lamp. Lamp? Is that for the game? I don't remember that, anything similar to that being in the game. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make this hair on stream. That's way too much. Way too much for us to bear, guys. Oh, right, the moth. Oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I did throw away a used napkin. And this bug is bugging me. I'm gonna eat this thing. Sorry, moth. Stay still. There. The problem with moths is that they release that kind of dust, you know, that their wings have. You know something really annoying? Once I had just made myself some coffee with milk, and a freaking moth landed inside my mug. I had to throw the whole thing away. Because even though I removed the bug, it left a bunch of that little, I don't know, dust, whatever they have on their wings. It was floating everywhere on my coffee. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do this off stream. That's way too much to do on stream. But as far as her head goes, the hair should be the last thing to be done, and then I can't English, and then I can say that this here is finished and call this a layer. Yeah. So let's save and close this and save the rest for later, and hopefully I can actually work on this off stream sometime during the week. But you know what, even though I am basically done with that for today, I still want to keep streaming for a little while longer. I do have the time, I do have the disposition. Let me drink some water, hang on a second. But I'm not sure if I want to be doing any more art today. Not that I don't have any more stuff to do, I do. I would have that old fan art of Spyro, but I don't want to draw line arts by freehand. Not today. You know what? How about there's a level called Blowhard. Yep, there it is. And I think I know where you're going with that. Anyway, how about we wrap up today's Stewart Sunday? I run the outro and then I restart the stream, and I don't know, maybe play a little bit of Spyro. Actually, hang on, I probably should fix my controller first, because for some reason, somehow, I might have messed up the sync. Yeah, it's stuck on removing device. I might have to reboot the PC also. Well, that's gonna be annoying. And yeah, for doing that, I'll definitely have to stop the stream. But yeah, how about we do that then? Wrap up today's Stewart Sunday. I'll stop the stream, reboot, and then start the stream again and play maybe a little bit of Spyro. How about that, guys? Sounds fun? Yeah, I think it should be fun. So yeah, for those of you who are going to be leaving now, at the end of the Stewart Sunday, let me remind you, everyone, that normally I stream every week on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. I play trucking games every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I play a different game every Friday, also at 7 p.m. Eastern. And on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern, I do art live just like today. Excuse me. I also have a Discord server. It is now finally public, and if you would like to join, whether you're watching this on Twitch or Picarto, there is a link below the stream. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll find a panel down there called Discord. Just click there and you should be into the server. Just of course make sure to read the rules and follow them. Otherwise we are gonna have some problems. And yeah, I will be continuing this picture here on the next Stewart Sunday, obviously. But did I even save that? I did save that, right? Hold on, where's the file? Oh, it's here. Line Arts Alpha 0. But yeah, I will try to be doing those hairs off stream sometime during this week, so we would not be stuck on those for the whole stream on the next Sunday. At least that's what I intend on doing, and I really hope that I'm actually gonna manage to work on it at some point in the week. But regardless, because seriously, that's gonna be so many lines and so many pontifications. It's too much. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it here for now. Granted, I could work on other areas of the Dragoness of the character, and you know, do the other layers. in that way. The problem is then the order of the layers would be a little off, and that could get confusing and complicated very quickly, and I know that from experience, so I might as well stop there for now. But in any case, so yeah, I stream Wednesdays, Fridays, Sundays. Soon I should start streaming regularly on Mondays or Tuesdays as well, probably at 7 or 7:30 p.m. Eastern as well. And if so, it should be horror games. That should be very fun. One of the games that I really want to be playing on those new streams when I start doing them is Clock Tower for the SNES, which I just heard a couple days ago that it is apparently getting a PC re-release. I don't know if it's a re-release or an actual remaster or remake. I don't know. It's getting another PC release, so that should be fun too. But that's not what I'll be playing. I'll be playing the original for the SNES. I don't know when. That's the thing. It's just soon GM. Like this kind of soon here. Hold on, let me show you. This kind of soon. So yeah, everyone. For today's Chill Art Sunday, that's gonna be everything. And if you would like to catch me playing a little bit of Spyro before the evening ends, then stick around. I'm gonna reboot my PC and start a new stream right after. That's gonna be like probably just a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes at best. And yeah, and for those of you who are actually leaving now, and regardless of whether you're not leaving now or actually staying, thank you all so much for joining today's stream. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a little bit of fun. It's always good to have your company. Blowhard was a very quick map. Yep, that's what you know. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed, had fun. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Have a great week. May this next week be a better one than the one we just had. And until we meet again on the next stream, God bless you all. Stay safe and healthy. Sleep well when you go to bed, and as always, dream of dragons. Oh, by the way, the gaming, the little gaming that I'm gonna be doing after the Chill Art Sunday ends just now, I won't stream that to Picarto. So if you guys watching on Picarto want to catch this, you have to watch on Twitch. There's a link below the stream on Picarto as well, so you can find my channel there. Actually, just so you can easily find that, I'll just show it. So if you're watching this on Picarto, just scroll down a bit. Oh, this is wonky. Let's put this on full screen. Jesus Christ. Just come here to the panel where to find me, and you'll find links here to all of the platforms where I am. And there's Twitch. So yeah. For the game, you have to watch on Twitch. So yeah, guys, that's gonna be everything. And dream of dragons. See you soon. Bye bye.
Present some problems and we don't know what to do. You've come to find new feelings and exactly what you knew. The odds are stacked quite poorly if without a winning hand. But bear in mind your bearing's only worse if you can. Balancing trips because I'll turn your chips to trash. You've got to set your sights and hopes on setting not to crash. The truth can seem quite big if you don't make your plans unfurl. But I will not let that my opinion of such enough. I'm sinking chips because they'll turn your chips to trash. You've got to set your sights and hopes and set it not to crash. The truth can seem quite bleak if you don't make your plans unfurl. But I would not let that mark my opinion of the fact that said if you could fix the failings of the current paradigm, we would have a hero who's supposed to be elusive and on time. Just on time. And then we would all contrive new conflicts, you know. So bet on sinking chips because they'll turn your chips to trash. You've got to set your sights and hopes and set it not to crash. The truth can seem quite bleak if you don't make your plans unfurl. But I would not let that mark my opinion of the year. Bet on sinking chips because they'll turn your chips to trash. You've got to set your sights and hopes on setting not to crash. The truth can seem quite bleak if you don't make your plans unfurl. But I would not let it mark my opinion of the stipulation.
patience placed before you to get all the things you really need. Mr. Big may make things hard, but you have got to plant your seeds. Go to war, fight more. Your dreams thrive by competition. You'll find no one famous ever got there just by flinching at their foes. Cling against the torment, claw with all your might at what you know. Don't let go, just grow. Don't wait or play to indecision. Don't bet on taking just because you got to be more grand. You got to think ahead and carry out the things you planned. Citrus can be your fuse when you can see where puzzles lay. Don't quit on hopes or dreams when you have simply got to chin up. Don't bet on sinking ships because they'll only drag you down. You got to keep on sailing even when you want to frown. The world will keep on turning without matter where you land. You might as well be running when your feet should hit the sand. Don't bet on thinking just because you got to be more grand. Chin up, don't bet on sinking ships because they'll only drag you down. Chin up, don't bet on sinking ships because they'll turn your trips to trash.